Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Miss Natalie, for coming in the Boombox Podcast shirt. I love it. This fucking tight.
What's going on, everybody?
It was just telling you. I don't know if I'm high, but that's just fucking tight.
No, we're good.
Anyways, thank you guys for listening to the Boombox Podcast. I am your girl, Whitney, a.k.a. Prada Lokes, and with my co-host,
Natalie. What's good, everybody?
And thank you for watching and listening to us. Now we are on Spotify, so y'all, and then
That's
pretty
awesome.
soon. So I'm excited. Now we're gonna be on iTunes hopefully soon.
Nice.
Probably, I think so. Yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm excited. We're gonna work on it.
Yeah. So I just want to give a quick shout out though to Whitney for working her ass off on this and just going for her dream. And she's gonna do whatever it takes to reach that goal. Yes. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you for helping me. Thank
you.
Thank
and
you
it's on Spotify. Oh my God.
it was just a URL.
That's amazing, guys. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But
yes.
I love that I have such an eclectic show, and I have such goals for this podcast, and I love that I'm open to anything. And I have a special guest today, and her name is Miss Grace.
Miss Grace. Hi, everyone.
Do you go by Grace or
yeah? Grace is fine. Everyone calls me Grace. Yeah.
Awesome. On Instagram, you're Poetic.
Poetic Love 329. So check me out.
Nice. I was like telling Natalie that this is going to be your favorite episode.
It is.
Natalie loves poems, and she's all, nice. Tell her,
Okay. So, who inspired you to do This is what I really meant to say. This is what I really meant to say because there's like a lot going on. Okay. So, introduce yourself, Grace.
So my name is Grace. I'm from Wilmington. Born and raised. I just recently moved in Carson, but Sweet. I'm a Weedmas girl.
Yep. Go ahead, whatever you want. I respect. We all from Weedmas.
Yeah. Wilmington. Yep.
You got to represent, you know? Mm-hmm. So, poetry. I love poetry. Mm-hmm. I've been doing it since, I started my page 2 years ago, but I fell in love with poetry when I was in elementary school. Yeah. We had to do a Mother's Day project. Yeah. And I remember my teacher, what grade was I think it was third. Yeah. She actually gave us a poem to just write on our own and give it to my mom. And I remember I just loved it. And ever since then, I kind of just wrote little poems for my parents, for I don't know, birthday cards, Christmas, all those little things.
So your parents speak English and Spanish, right?
Yeah, they both do.
Okay. Awesome. Oh, that's amazing. That's my parents just speak Spanish a lot, so then they'll be like, "Okay, what you say?"
Translate.
Can you translate, please? That's fucking dope. I love. Well, I'm not really much of a poem girl, but poems to me they remind me of hip hop.
That's
what it is, right?
Poetry. It's
poetry.
Yeah, for sure.
It's sometimes it's a story, sometimes it's a meaning, sometimes it's a quote or a day by day sentence or whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But that's what I think of poems. So what is it? What's your poetry like? Because I read some of it. It's really so cute.
Thank you.
You're brighten up my day. Hey. She makes me feel like my
that makes me happy knowing that my words resonate with people or people can relate. And that's another thing I like about poetry. Like you were saying, there's different types of poetry and it's a form of art, so you can interpret it however you're feeling that day or, in your own way. Everyone reads it differently and, the perception of the work is different. So I think that's amazing.
It is amazing.
About it.
Oh my gosh, poetry can come in any which way, form, shape. Emotion especially, and just like how you bring your presence in, it's literally Grace. It's literally you are the definition of your name.
Thank you.
Your voice is very sweet, and you're so calm and you're so unfuckable with you know what I mean.
It took me a while to get there, but
girl.
Yeah.
she just named all of us.
No, but seriously though, you're just very calm, very and I love it. I love it so much.
And that's something that my dad taught me. He's always been about kind of fuck what everyone thinks about you. If they don't pay your bills, do you. And honestly, he taught me to be positive about everything.
That's good.
Ask questions, there's no stupid question. He just always about positivity, and I feel that's kind of who I grew into being as a person. And
I respect that.
And I feel it's easy for me now to be positive, and it's something that you have to learn and anyone can do,
Yeah, absolutely. Do you consider yourself kind of a daddy's girl?
Yeah, I've always been like, he would be out there fixing cars, and I'm out there helping him, passing
That's
him.
my dad. Yeah, that's her father
Yeah.
too. And I was gonna tell you too. Do you consider yourself as a daddy's girl?
Yeah.
I'm a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sometimes like it feels like daddy. Well, we grow up, right? Sometimes they get upset with each other, or you disagree with each other. Like, but I have that with my dad sometimes, and it sucks because you want to come to an understanding. So I am a daddy's girl to an
extent.
Yeah. So
I mean, I feel the same way too. When I was little, obviously, you know, it was easier for you to get closer, and I feel like, and this is true for me now that I'm older and I don't live with them anymore. It's kind of hard. Like when I come around, like, I want to hug them, but then I'm just like, I don't know. So it does change a little bit. And like you said, sometimes I miss that. Like, oh, I wish I was that little again, that little girl that could just run
I'm
up
like
and
definitely comfortable to say this on camera, but this is real life, you know. Like I'm a daddy's girl because that man. I'm okay, thank you. That man, like. I can say this with like whole heart, not to be like deceiving or anything, but I take pride on my father because not a lot of like guys or girls have their fathers, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's not their fault ever. Like you can be better than that. You are better than that. But it's just like not a lot of people have their mothers or their fathers around, but to have my dad around, that means so much to me. Like I wouldn't be the woman I am today because of him. Like, and I'm pretty sure you guys can relate too.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah. And then like, you know, I got even closer to him when.
Don't make it cry now.
I know. No. It's such an emotional.
Dude, that's poetry.
Yeah, this is poetry.
Yeah, it's
for
poetry.
Sure,
it's like totally deep. And yeah, like he got deported going on 5 years ago in October, like on my birthday month. And, you know, like I could either go very downhill or just lift myself up. And you know what? He told me that he hasn't been this happy in forever. And like he says, like, it sucks, don't get me wrong, but I'm so glad that he has family where he got, you know, sent to. And
so he's still
fine.
Not here right now?
No, he's not. But it's just I visit him and I have a fucking blast, and I fucking eat good. I fucking eat good.
Yeah, food's bomb.
Yeah. So
and you know, and like you said, your story, it's popular right now with so much of that going on right now, the whole rage. And it kills me, you know. Like I know they say like, don't share these. I don't know if you guys seen people posting about like not sharing these pictures or these videos of these people who might not have consented to have their videos shared.
Yeah.
Well, there's an extent. I mean, there's sharing it and there's doing something about it. So, okay, we could be so political and we could talk about, you know, what's going on, but I fucking up and I'm like, what am I talking about? What's this politics about? I can't just get
You want to
into
be
it.
more educated about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
there's a certain extent. Like, I don't believe separating families is okay at all.
Absolutely
that is not okay. Like, for a fact. But there's just so much into it. There's so much into politics that I don't understand. Like, I can't, you know, put my foot in it. But that's just the gist of my opinion. You know?
Yeah, for sure. But I guess, you know, just kind of going back, like, for those who do have our parents here, we have to appreciate them because many people don't
if you have your
them,
mom
you know?
and your dad around, hug them very tight, tell them you love them. If they're toxic, then well, do your own thing, love yourself.
Love yourself.
You know what I mean? It'd be like
but
that.
Still, you want to keep that hatred away and at least forgive them, even though you don't.
Love them from afar.
Yeah, even if you don't have a close relationship anymore. But definitely.
Yeah, not a lot of people are fortunate like that.
Exactly.
So yeah, moving on forward. Who inspired you with poetry? Like a person or who exactly?
Well, it's funny because going back to the same thing, my dad, he writes songs and
no way.
Yeah, he has like a whole book, more than a book. Yeah, it's funny because we had his wisdom and the way he expresses himself. I guess that's kind of where it started, besides the fact that, like I was saying earlier, the whole poem thing with my teacher. But as far as people like close to home, my dad, you know, he's always been into writing songs and stuff like that. So that's
awesome.
my main inspiration.
What kind of songs?
well, Spanish, like, I guess love songs.
Love
I don't know.
Románticas.
Yeah.
I think listen to Rocío Dúcar. I know what's up,
So, I mean, I haven't
song.
read all of them, but it's funny because just recently on his birthday was August 1st. So on Sunday we went to brunch, and he was just telling me like, oh, can you help me turn my work into poems or like into a book? And I was like, yeah, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's
so
awesome.
cute.
Dude, so dope. So your dad, dang, that's awesome. Shout out to your dad.
For
Shout
sure.
out to
Papa. Did he
Papa
work with
Bear.
artists? Did he like ever send out songs? Did he sing songs or?
He doesn't have the best voice, but he could sing. He's decent. Yes,
Doesn't that
one
sound like
time.
Mariah Carey, girl? I don't know.
Hey, who cares, right? It is a lot of people out there who are not good, and they're still out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once, he did try. He submitted a song, and he went to record it, and someone else sang it too, but it never really got out there.
Yeah.
But I know it's one of his dreams, and I don't know if you guys know that I wrote my first poetry book last year. So he was like very proud of me, and now
I've
like
seen the
he
post.
kind of wants that too for
Yes.
himself. So
And the name of your book is?
Unpredictable, like thoughts and feelings.
I'm gonna share it on my bio.
I actually
gonna share it.
brought you guys
Yay!
for you
so this is
guys.
hell yeah.
Yeah, that's my book.
That's so dope. I love it. I seen it, and I wanted you
Can I
to
give
talk
you like
about
20
it.
bucks so I can have this?
That's your guys'.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
it's
gonna
my
share
gift.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so down.
For sure.
So you'll read it first. She's all about poems. But
Yeah,
tell me,
it's in and out with me.
tell
but-
me, what are your what's your favorite type of poetry that you write, that you like to write? Like, is it love? Is it family? Is it?
I'm very into, at least right now, but I do like to write about love. Right now, I'm very into like self-love and learning to love yourself because I feel
self-love. Uh-huh.
self-love.
I thought she said self-love. I was like, what is that? What's West Side Love then?
Hey, let me tell you, the West Side Story.
I know, it's a true story.
It's a true story. No,
Yeah.
self-love. Loving yourself
yeah.
for
Fuck
sure.
yeah, dude.
Yeah, so like my latest poems are mostly about self-love,
And
but
I read some of it.
yeah, love, anything. It just depends on my mood, I guess.
And I was telling her, like, dude, like, when I read some of your poems, I think, like, oh, I'm gonna have a good day today, fool. Nothing happened yesterday, so it's okay. It was
I try to
yesterday.
spread
It's
those
today.
positive,
Move on
vibes,
forward.
and
Yeah, that's
for
all you
sure.
gotta do.
I love it. I
Just be
love
happy.
it. Aw.
Yeah, I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys read my captions, but I try to like, wish everyone like a good day or whatever.
Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, like, happy good
Tuesday,
morning,
loves.
guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Happy
girl,
Monday.
I see that, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I need to do that more positivity shit too, girl.
It takes a lot of
Like
work.
I said, it
Me.
takes time, but you can do it.
Yeah, it's more like, for me, self-love is taking care of myself.
Exactly.
Like, for me, it's going to the gym, feeling like
Exactly.
good, taking fresh air, detoxing myself from shit. Like, you know what I mean? Doing shit differently. So that's my self-love. But
For
reading
sure.
your shit, like, because I'm on social media, obviously,
Yeah.
I'm running, bitch. Like, okay, let me look at my Instagram real quick.
Get you in your feels.
Like, all right, bitch. Okay, keep running. All right, let's go. Like,
Yeah,
I love that.
Thank you. I
That's
appreciate
why I
that,
was like,
for sure.
when Crystal told me, like, Grace, I'm like, who's that? Jupiter, the homie's sister. I
Oh.
was like, I didn't know you were my friend's sister.
No way.
Yeah, that's my little brother.
Dude, tell him I said hello.
We were
It's been a
just
minute.
talking about him.
Really?
Illy Smokes.
Okay.
Robert, he was talking about him.
Yeah.
And Adrian, he was on our
Yeah,
show.
that was our previous,
our previous
Okay.
episode. Yeah.
So it was like everybody from Wilmington knows each other.
yeah.
But
we're all
he
related.
has like
No,
mad
just kidding.
love, dude. He's
Oh,
a
yeah.
cool dude.
Yeah, he is definitely a good guy.
Very laid back dude. Very chilling.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I never knew who you were, but I think on one of your shows you mentioned your tagging name or
Yeah.
Prada, and
Yeah.
I was like, I think I heard that name
No,
back in the day,
yeah.
but I never knew. Like, you know.
Yes, that's why I say Prada looks. yeah, I know.
Aw.
But yeah, I used to tag, but I was really like, I guess had different type of friends. I was like, I was a greaser for a moment.
Okay,
you know
me
what I mean? I
too.
did the grease life.
Yeah.
I used to be with the Vixens, like just
I
hanging.
have like a burn for that.
Shut up. Let me see.
Oh,
my
mine
sisters.
is ugly. Well, let me see. I showed too much skin here. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn, grasa life.
Damn,
Where's that
girl.
shit? And that shit got smaller.
Yeah,
That
it gets
shit was
huge.
huge.
I'm gonna get a tattoo,
you
but I just don't know how. I
Oh,
just
my
don't
brother,
know.
my older brother, I don't know if you ever met him.
Uh-huh.
He used to call it my third nipple. I was like, oh, hell Oh no. Gotta hide this shit.
I know another brother of yours.
We only had two, George or Trigger, whatever.
Trigger. Yep, I know. Yeah, I know.
Because they're always together, or they were. Yeah.
The party.
Yeah, they were.
Did you go to the parties?
Did you go to the parties? Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Not so much with them, but yeah, I would go.
Yeah.
I'm the sister, so you know, I don't want to be smoking or drinking in front of them. But
I know. I respect that. I respect that. Yeah.
You're the older sister to them?
No, we're four. So I have my oldest sister, then it's Trigger, George, then it's me, and then it's Jupiter. So I'm like,
oh, you're
in the
number
middle.
3 of 4?
Yeah,
I'm
number
3 of 4 also.
Okay, so we're like,
it's weird sometimes. I'm like, it's weird sometimes.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, we see everything. As a middle child, we like try to behave because we don't want to get hit. Or,
Yeah, we can pretty much predict what's going to happen. It happens, and we're like, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it is what it is. So, also, I have this Edgar Allan Poe book, and you know that shit's thick as fuck. I think I've read like a couple of paragraphs, and my fucking head was hurting.
Really?
That's all I have to say. It was hurting, but
fuck yeah! I was thinking about Shakespeare right now. I'm like, whoa, bitch! Like,
that's
let's
too
talk
much.
about that.
It's very sincere.
But
like,
that's poetry, right? But that storytelling, that's a whole like novel type of poetry.
It's a whole different level.
That's different language.
Some pro shit right there. No, for sure.
And where do you go to like poetry slams and stuff like that? Tell me about
I have
those.
been to some. Yeah. I was actually going to perform, but I didn't at a Synesthesia boutique. I don't know if you guys heard of it. In Wilmington.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. She's started up her boutique, and she like has different events. I performed once or twice there. And I was going to invite you guys, but then I had last minute call to LA, so I had to do something else.
If any events, I told her like let me know because I never been
that's
to
why
any.
I wanted to tell you guys to go there. Plus, it was in Wilmington.
Yeah.
But I had a last minute call, and I had to go somewhere else, and I really wanted to be there. Like I had told them I was going to go, but things happened. But
don't worry, I'm going to have you reading a poem to us. Can you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Right.
Even if it's off your book, girl.
Yeah, I
it's
can read
okay.
one that I like a lot, but I'll read one that it's about like self-love too, and yeah.
All right, Grace. So, I love how you write poetry.
Thank you.
And you know that's definitely your thing. I love it and I respect it. Would you like to give us like a little taste of your poetry?
Of course. So,
Take a hit before you go.
yeah, let me take a hit real quick.
Yeah, for sure. No worries.
You gotta get high, so high.
So I'm going to read a poem off my book, Unpredictable Like Thoughts and Feelings. You can get this book online. There's a link in my bio at Poetic Love 329. Or if you guys want a personalized copy, you guys can DM me, let me know, and I can sign it for you guys.
And I will be giving a book away for the first person that comments on the YouTube. So
go and comment.
I know what time I posted.
So this one's called Thyself, and it's on page 14.
Okay.
Love thyself, so infinite that flowers begin to bloom far before springtime. So infinite that the stars fall out of the sky just to get a closer look at you. So infinite that the ocean waves stand tall to not miss you. So infinite that leaves fall off to touch you. So infinite that wind heads your way to get a whiff of you. So infinite that everything of this world wants some of you. And that was Thyself.
Oh,
cute.
My God.
So
I was
that's
like,
just a
I
taste.
don't have to cry or like just to like really think about it. Like, oh my love,
dude.
And there's a few
my
more,
God. You're Grace Sade.
Thank you.
What inspired you to write No. Who inspired you? Who are you inspired of? Like that does poetry that you think that maybe it helped you more than you know?
Well, in terms of like my creativity, it's like it comes out of me. Like sometimes I'm just like I can't sleep or something. I just like go on. But someone who inspires me a lot right now as a poet, you guys probably know her. She's Jessica Salgado. I don't know if you guys heard of her. She's from LA and she's Salvadorian, but she's a brown girl just like us from LA.
I think I seen an article that a friend of mine posted.
Yeah, she's pretty popular here in LA, and that just because there's not a lot of people that look like us, or so she's one person that I look up to, and I'm just like, wow, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah.
So she's
Fuck
one person who inspires me right now, definitely.
Yeah, that's fucking dope. If I wouldn't have found out from Crystal that someone in my community does poetry and is inspired to do that, like, I would be like, what the fuck? Like, I wouldn't imagine to bring someone. But especially I know who your brother is. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, now I can definitely do it.
Yeah.
But I really am grateful that you came and you showed me what you do. Is this what you do, second gig or something like that?
This is right now just like a hobby. I love doing it, but obviously now I'm trying to speak it into existence. Like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to perform in like big events and be known.
Can't wait to see you live.
Yeah, I can't wait to. Can't wait to see you guys out there too.
Absolutely.
So let us know when you have some coming up.
Yeah, for sure. I'll let you guys know for sure, so you guys can go check it out.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that book. Just by that glimpse, it already took my breath away. First off, and whoa, like, you have a very unique gift, and it's very like soft, and like I don't want to like ruin it. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that I want next to me forever type of feeling. Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. Like, and there's different types of poems. Like, yes, it's self-love, but there's other stuff in there, and that's why I named it Unpredictable, like Thoughts and Feelings, because there might be a self-love poem, but then there might be a poem about like heartbreak or something.
I love
so there's
it. It's fickle. It's
I didn't really like I'm gonna have a chapters. Like, it wasn't just set in stone. It just kind of like it was just born.
Yeah, so like cool. Someone from the hood has a book out.
And that's kind of what I wanted to do. Like I was saying, we didn't, a lot of times, even me growing up, I didn't really have, there were like, Mexican poets or, Hispanic or Latin.
I love that you bring that up.
I felt like, because I feel like I didn't really have anyone, I want to be that person for just how Jessica's doing it. Like, I want to do it too from my hood. Like, she's like from LA, but like we can do it too. You know, shit. So
LA is not too far. It's just 20
we're
minutes
part
away,
of it. But I mean, like the hood. You know, people like you guys were saying. People look at Wilmington as a bad community or so gang related, but no, like you guys said, there's positive things coming out.
Like,
for sure.
It's in the cracks somewhere in the concrete. We're there.
It takes you guys
we blaze it,
to let the people know like what's coming out of our community.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
We need this. We needed this podcast.
I'm really excited because I was like, wait, did you find someone? Oh, well, I have a homie that has a homie that has a homie that lives in the West.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
What's cool too is that we get more resources out of our guests, and they're like, oh, we want to give a shout out to this person and this person, and then we end up knowing about that person, and then they know about us, and it's just word of mouth.
His cousin, he was with my friend's baby mom, and
it's more of like word of mouth, and it's a pleasure having you here, Grace, because like, I really appreciate you're absolutely like someone to look up to as a great example. Like,
thank you.
Poetry, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Some people probably do write and they're probably embarrassed about it, or they probably get discouraged, and or they might. It's just probably in their head. They're like, I don't think I could get If Grace can do it, you can do it too. We can all do it.
Yes.
Hey, well, some people do poetry, hip hop. So, do you like hip hop?
Obviously, I like everything. Yeah.
What's your who's your favorite like hip hop artist or anyone that you look up to that has good? Because some of them obviously write their own lyrics and they have some story to tell. Do you know?
I don't have anyone like in particular, but definitely there's so many people that I enjoy listening to, and it's funny that you bring up hip hop because one of my poetry friends on my account posted a question today, something about like, when did you know, or what song did you hear that made you fall in love with hip hop? And the first song that came to my mind was Ghetto Superstar. I don't know if you guys heard that song. Superstar. I was like, damn, because I remember I was 8 years old when that song came on, and you could even tell my sister, everyone. Every time that song would come on the radio, I would just start dancing. Like I had a little I had some dance moves to go with that song, but just I guess there's no one in particular, just music that inspires me though.
Love it.
For
sure. Love it. That's the truth.
I love hip hop. I'm a Wu-Tang girl.
Nice.
So they tell stories, and they tell good stories. They tell stories of the project, stories of their their life, stories of the positivity and you know what I mean, shit like that. So
how cold the Bronx is and shit.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
So, but yeah, this is dope, dude. I'm so happy that you brought this to us, and I'm gonna give some away. And have you been heartbroken?
Yeah, there's one in there about
heartbreak.
I can read it if you guys want.
Let me just thinking like, have you been heartbroken? I want to know.
There's a few, but there's one that.
Because you know us girls, we're the type
we've all been heartbroken
and we
once.
love hard, and then after that,
fuck them.
we stomp on that.
Just kidding.
Stomp on that bitch.
It is what it is, you know.
Okay,
and then you move on and you become a better person.
Well, this is one. This one's called Heartbreak.
Okay.
And it's on page 83 and 84. Heartbreak. It's been a few hours and I continue to delete every word typed. I want to express that feeling of heartbreak into beautiful poetry, but I can't. I can't seem to find the perfect words to express how much you hurt me. I never cried that much. I often wondered why I showered tears for someone who was never mine. Yet again, we were each other's dreams. So that one's Heartbreak.
Oh, damn. Ooh.
There's a few. Let me see.
One more.
One more.
Girl.
I'm going to be right here looking for it.
That's all
Hold
good.
on.
Well, she's just looking, you know, anyone who's listening or watching.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I put it on Spotify because I have my Spotify app and I just linked to it like really fast. I got to change the font. We got to change the picture though. We got to get a new picture.
It's okay.
It's a learning process.
Hold on.
No worries.
And is there like websites and stuff like that like people like that connect with each other about poetry, or how did you find about other poets in the community? Because is there any more people? I'm pretty sure there's some more people in Wilmington that you know that do poetry. Do you?
Well, the girl that was my friend that was gonna come with me, she does poetry. I'm pushing her to like come out and do more. You know, be more. I don't want to say she's not confident because that doesn't sound good.
No.
Just kind of like believe. I feel like maybe she needs to believe in herself.
Yeah, of course, I get that.
Come out,
be loud about her work.
Yeah, because she's good, and it's like we need more people from Wilmington or from any, to come out and.
Yeah, there's a lot of those too. They're very, very good, but they're very quiet about their work.
Yeah.
It's
like if you're talented, let it out. You never know where it might go. But
preaching to the choir.
I know some girls that could rhyme too. Like they're I'm like, damn girl. She's like, it's only when I'm drunk.
No, and you don't even have to rhyme all the time. There's different types of poetry, and a lot of people think of poetry like that, like, oh, if you have to rhyme, and you don't. No. It's just it's the way you express yourself.
And I've always seen, like, is it always the way you write it too? The way you write it, you format it? Like,
there's different ways. People have their own style. Some people write it out like a paragraph, or kind of like I do it, like line by line. It just depends on your style. I feel like there's no right or wrong way. Like, there's different types of poetry, but I'm more just like, I just free write. I don't like follow any specific rules or anything like that.
Sounds good.
Oh, but as far as poetry on Instagram, there's different hashtags. So there's like one, it's a hashtag poetry community. So a lot of times I click on it and I just kind of read different people's work, and if I like it, I like it, and I follow them, then they follow me, and then that's just kind of how it started.
I love it.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. And then people start commenting on your posts, and then you comment on theirs, and you guys kind of like become friends, even though you don't really know each other.
Just admiring each other's work.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of how like I've been growing my Instagram.
There's a big community, huh? There's
there's a lot of writers. There's a lot of people.
Probably Long Beach has. Isn't there like a poet? Oh fuck! I remember my friend is like, there's a coffee place that has like poetry slam in Long Beach. I don't know if they still have it. It was like a year ago, like 2 years ago, that I heard about this.
I've heard of it, but I haven't been. But yeah, there's a lot of places.
There has to be, right?
Especially like in LA. And I think that's what Synesthesia Boutique is trying to do. Like, kind of have like, different events, but some of them are like poetry events, which is good because we need stuff like that in our community.
Yeah, especially around here. I think there's poetry slams in Coffee Cartel in Redondo Beach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably.
I need to,
if I'm not mistaken.
I need to go to these, like the ones that are around here.
Yeah,
check them out.
Well, I'll be telling everybody about you, and I'll be sharing your events or anything you want to share. We'll share it on our Booma podcast, because we really want people to share like their like different careers, different goals in life, share different aspects of, you know, self-love. You know, poetry is, you know, is something that everybody just needs. You know, everybody needs to have a good read, have a good, you know, I guess you can say something to touch you. Touch you in an emotional,
emotionally way. Yeah,
something that'll talk to you.
It's like reading your chakras. You know, you're just fucking writing poems. You know, so
it's touching your chakras.
But it's dope that people like. I do poems, but I never thought I could do something with it. Like, or I don't know if I could. You know what I mean?
It's just like exposing yourself, and then you never know. That's kind of what I did. Like, I've always, like I said, written poetry, and I love it. And I was like, let me just start my page and see what happens. You know. And I'm slowly growing my followers, and you know, like, I know sometimes it takes a long time. You know, some people get luckier, or I don't know, they buy. I don't know. Sometimes people buy like their followers, but I just do it organically. And people like me, I rather have honest people like my work and follow me than have like 1,000 likes and like they didn't even read it. You know. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah, I really wanted something like that, and I think that. For me, reading poems is like Raven, right? Edgar Allan Poe or something like that. I'm like, what did this fool say? Like, let me reread this shit.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that. You have to reread and just kind of read between the lines, because a lot of poetry, and sometimes I do it too. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder if people understand what I'm trying to say. You know, when you're just expressing yourself in a different way, you have to like really read or understand what the words are saying, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember a long time ago, it might have been like 3 years or something, I followed this guy on Instagram, and he goes by, I think it's Hood Prophet.
I follow him. He is good. I actually seen him perform like live at a poetry, and he's just,
how is he?
Like, he's good. I'm just like, damn.
He has it in him, huh? Like, and I'm so like happy for his growth too, like just the way he truly is right now in his form, and then he owns it. Like, definitely. He totally owns it, and I'm like, dang, dude, what a trip to see his transformation.
Same here,
but in a good way. It's a good trip.
Yeah, of course. I think as long as you're happy, you know, and I think you should be your true authentic self, you know. So happy for him. But if you hear him like live, or just, you know, hear his stuff, for people who've never heard of him, he's really good.
Hood Prophet.
Yeah, Hood Prophet.
I'm a fan.
I never even heard of that, but let me heard of him, but let me look it up.
It's just, you know, some of his work, like, he speaks the truth, and like, it touches your heart. You're just like, damn.
Truth in what? Environment and himself and
it's
people.
It's about the hood, about family, about love, about yourself, about the good spirit, about the bad spirit. He talks about everything.
But like, just the way he flows, like the way he. You have
to really be into what he has to say, because it's just him.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll send you. I'll send you links.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's fucking tight. Can we have him over too? You guys should go.
Dude, if you do,
maybe.
If you do, girl,
that would be awesome if he was to come.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So if he writes about a lot, do you write about like have you wrote like tragic stuff, like that? I don't know, maybe like not death, but maybe something very tragic,
like suicide and stuff like that.
Something like that.
It wasn't for like about me, but like, because of like the poetry community and stuff like that, sometimes they do like challenges, or like the reason why I had wrote that suicide one was I think they had asked me if I've ever written a piece on it, and honestly I can't relate to it, and so I never did, and I'm just like, sometimes I don't want to touch base on things that I don't really know about or stuff, but I wrote it, and I think that's the one that I've written about like death and stuff like that. But as far as other stuff, no, just positive stuff, I guess, besides like heartbreak. But I try to keep it positive. And sometimes
that's good.
Sometimes if there are things going on in the world, like sometimes they do inspire me, and I do write about it.
Like I bet people write about politics, or write about, you know, government issues or stuff like that. I just don't, I never.
I've expressed myself a few times when it came to that. Also, like sexuality, like equality.
Ooh,
I've written a piece on that too. That's on my Instagram. But yeah, sometimes I do, depending on like if there's something that I read or something that's going on in the world that really like got my attention. I'm just like, fuck, I want to write about it, so I will. But
that's awesome. Yeah, you're very unique, Grace. And
thank you.
Damn, so happy to meet you. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Same here.
I was like,
what a trip that Jupiter's your brother. I'm still tripping.
A lot
out,
of people know him too. I mean, you guys are younger than me too, so that's probably why we didn't really.
I'm like,
know.
we had the
like,
same.
I'm not gonna say
Jupiter
my
and I
age.
had the same. We had the
just
same
kidding.
classes in Wilmington Middle School. We all had the same classes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then we used to party together and all that stuff.
Nice. Yeah, but he's really friendly and outgoing, so I know like a lot of people know him, and they'll ask me or they'll tell me like, oh, that's your brother, and I'm just like, yeah. They're like, I didn't know you had a sister, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah.
But to be honest with you, you guys are totally opposite.
Oh no, we're all different. Like we're talking about being the middle child. I saw everything. I was like, I'm not gonna get whooped like that. So I'm more like the good girl, if you want to say. Out of my family.
And then like we're not afraid to be different either.
No.
Like we see everything that's very like just very followed, and we just want to make a right while everyone makes a left or something. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. But I still have my like rebellious ways, but I'm more like
absolutely
low key about it.
Dude,
because I didn't want to get hit. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not gonna.
But
make sure they
has
don't.
to know.
Yeah, make sure they don't find out.
I like that
for sure.
Yep.
Well, I am grateful that you came with us, and I really appreciate that you shared your poems with us and you gave us one of your books. But I'm gonna give some. I'm gonna give one out to who the first person who like comments and shares this episode with your friends.
Share it,
because I want more people to do stuff like this. Poetry is amazing. Poetry to me, I don't know how to write poetry, but I know how to read it. I know how to be like, damn, that shit touches deep. Like that shit goes that like, sometimes people go through like, depression, go through, a lot of daily life struggles.
A lot of people use poetry as a form of therapy. And like they'll even say like, oh, I just started writing because I needed to let it out. So whatever helps, if that's a form of therapy for you, then do it.
It takes a lot for a person for them to be sincere on like a piece of paper or like typing it, whichever way you would do it, but it takes a lot for a person to do that.
Oh yeah,
and it's amazing.
Even if you don't share your work, but if it helps, like coming from the hood or like from a poor community or low income, a lot of times we don't have access to like those resources, those therapy sessions. So it's like you got to find different things, positive things that are gonna help you get through whatever you're going through.
Girl, I have a workout app, and I be sharing my daily affirmations like, do good, be good, and you will do good. Like just shit like that. Like, but I like to share them every day because it just brightens me up. I'm like, keep pushing, bitch, keep pushing.
Not only
you
that,
fucked up yesterday, but you just keep pushing.
Or you don't know who's watching. Who's looking at those posts, and maybe they needed to read that affirmation.
Exactly. That's why, like I told you, when I seen yours, I'm like, oh, she brightened up my day, girl. Like she said some like it was like today, love yourself or something like that. I'm like,
I'm always making sure I'm like
sharing that. The gym, so I love myself.
Gosh.
You know what? You gotta love yourself through the process. And I'm doing that too. I'm going to the gym right now, like working on myself. And
which one do you go to, girl?
24 hours. 24
I got Alley
Fitness.
Fitness. I need more Alley Fitness buddies. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but I'm very grateful that you came, and thank you, Grace.
Thank you, Grace.
And
I appreciate
I will be sharing your profiles and give me anything you want to share with me so I can share it with the audience. But I'll be giving your book away to the first person who shares and gives a comment.
I'm excited to read it, and I'll be posting about it.
Thank you.
So she's gonna buy it first, and then I'm gonna take it.
All right, sounds good. Let me know what you guys think.
Oh, I know I'm gonna love it already. I love any type of poetry. I just takes my breath away, people.
Well, thank you guys for watching. This is your girl Whitney, Miss Prada, and
Grace. So don't forget to follow me at Poetic Love 329 on Instagram.
And thank you, Miss Natalie, for being my co-host. I appreciate you a lot.
Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, people, and follow us on all platforms, social media, and we can finish the joint. Don't worry about it.
Okay.